Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to a great video today. Something interesting, something different. My name is Camden, and right now a lot of people are in relationships that they don't need to be in because it's creating more stress and more anxiety. That's right. So there's 6 characteristics that you need to be very mindful and careful about when getting into a relationship with someone else. The first one is narcissism. The conversation's always about me. What can I get out of this? What's in it for me? Those are tendencies, personality traits of being a narcissist. And in today's society, it's really easy to be caught up in tendencies, living with tendencies of a narcissist. Selfie culture, me culture, social media, everybody look at me. Here I'm on Instagram, look at me. It's really crazy how our society has come to that. However, not everybody is like that. We all might display different levels of narcissism. However, through meditation, through self-reflection, we can become more aware and mindful when we might begin to display those tendencies, and we can actually curtail it to our benefit, because anything narcissistic related is self-destroying. It's all ego. It's the addiction that we have built up to this material world of superficiality, which is my second one, laziness. If you are in a relationship with someone who is already displaying early on tendencies of laziness, be careful. And that's why it's so important to be very mindful of who you allow into your life. That's why every conversation that you have with someone is so profound, is so important. You can find out so much about them, verbally and non-verbally. So I do come from a very strong swimming background. However, I've realized that a lot of that was related to ego. So now that I've become more peaceful, more level-headed, more relaxed, I can go for a swim, but I'm not going to go for a swim to compete in the Olympics. So yes, exercise is very important. Flexibility is very important. Strength, stamina, endurance. All of those things help to build a strong body, healthy body, and also, most importantly, to balance out for your mental strength, because a strong body will build mental strength automatically. And if you have a partner who is very lazy, who doesn't like to go outside, who doesn't like to do activities, likes to stay glued to the sofa or the couch, well, you know what? That's that person's choice. You don't have to get into a relationship with that type of a person. And if you are that type of a person, look, I got love for you. It's all good. Guess what? You could change your life today. Guess what? You could go eat an apple today. You could go get some blueberries today. You could go for a walk today, 1 mile. Just move. It feels great. Get the heart rate up. Get your energy up. And that's how you start to feel better about yourself. And when you feel better about yourself, self-esteem, self-confidence, better perspective on the world, better perspective on yourself, because you're actually caring for yourself now, but you actually attract better people into your life. You attract better events and better relationships into your life. So, number 3, you got to be really careful about these types of people. People who are too independent. People who are unwilling to meet your family after 6 months or 12 months. People might say, hey, Camden, why do I have to meet her family or his family after 6 months? You don't have to. But the notion of it, the relaxation about it, because if you've been with someone for 6 months or 12 months, like, what are you really doing? Are you wasting that person's time? What's the big deal about meeting their family? Are you scared of commitment? Are you scared of being loyal? Are you scared of long-term commitment? These are things that, once again, Why even get yourself into a relationship if you're not willing to commit on the long term? For something happy and long. Because guess what? If you get yourself into a relationship and you're not really fully committed emotionally and thinking about the future of that person, you're bringing someone along emotionally, socially, in the wrong way. It's not fair to that other person. I've had to learn this the hard way. Both sides. I've been on both ends of this. And to have someone emotionally go through turmoil, to be in pain because of our decision, because of our irresponsibility, because of our inability to have compassion and empathy for the other person, that's accumulated karma. And guess what? It will come back because it happened to me. So again, being on both ends of this. That's why I can bring this message to you and share this in this video, these words and this energy, because I have been all of these characteristics, high and low, which comes up to my third one, entitlement. Being with someone who is too entitled. Be very careful. And before I get into entitled, I got to say this one right here about being too independent. If you have a partner who is too independent, going to the opposite sex for conversational support, emotional support, those are red flags, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a partner who can't come to you for emotional support, for you to listen, for you to grow together, and that person has to go to someone else behind your back for that emotional support, well, how can you really trust? Is that person really trustworthy? Is that person going to be loyal? Because they're already doing things behind your back. You know? So again, be very careful about men or women who are too independent. There's issues with loyalty. There's issues with trustworthiness. So again, back to entitled. Something that I've realized along my travels, something that I have literally gone out of my way to overcome. Speaking a new language, learning about new cultures, improving your intercultural communication skills will help you to curb your level of entitlement. For whatever reason, over here in the West, we have this notion that, oh, I'm going to this country, they're going to speak English. Oh, they're going to roll out the red carpet for me. Oh, they're going to understand I'm from America. And we do things like this in America. We don't do things like this here. That's entitlement, ladies and gentlemen. You got to have respect for where you're going. You got to be understanding of where you're going. Not everyone even knows. Not everybody has been to America. Not everyone will have the opportunity to ever come to America because it's very difficult to come here. So once again, not everyone has been exposed to the English language. This is something like a pet peeve because I overcame it. And then I started to see that when I was in Thailand. People who would come into restaurants, for example, the restaurant was full. There was no seats available. There was already a family who was waiting in line with 2 children. They were definitely first in line and everybody knew it. And it wasn't it was like a small cafe in Chiang Mai. Here come 2 guys from Europe. You could tell from their accent. And they just come in like they own the joint. And they were so pissed off that there were no seats available. And then when people had got up from the table, before the person could come clean off the table and then actually invite the family who was there first, they literally just like walked up to the table and everyone just stared at them. And then the manager came out and said, this family was here first. And they're like, oh, come on. Gosh. And then they like just walked off. Totally disrespectful, disgraceful, you know. At the same time, I'm going to put myself in their shoes. Because am I perfect? No. That's another way of leveling up. Again, the level of empathy on both sides. It doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. When you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you can learn so much about yourself. You can learn so much about others. And that's going to help you to be more understanding. And when you become more understanding, you have less anxiety. You feel better about yourself. You're more relaxed. Your heart rate stays low. You don't have this adrenaline rush going, this fight or flight response that so many of us are programmed as soon as we wake up in the morning. Which comes to my next point, is if you have a partner who's lacking or has no interest in developing spiritually, well, I'll say a prayer for you. Again, be mindful of who you allow into your life. Be mindful of who you allow to be in your home, that you're going to be emotionally exposing and opening yourself up to physically. Our physical body can remember every single person that we have ever been involved with. It can. If you place yourself in that, your body can remember all of it. Your body is, and your heart is way more powerful than the mind. And again, that's why they want you on all these devices. They want you looking at girls shaking their butt all day. Guys, and for girls, they want you to think, oh, I need to have this body, and I need to look like this, and I need to have this nose, and these eyes. Do not let this world twist you in the head. Ladies, you're beautiful just the way you are. You don't need to change yourself. And guys out there, be yourself. You don't have to showboat and be boastful and try to impress women out there. Just be yourself, and the right one will come along at the right time, just like it did for me. It wasn't because I had a Ferrari. It wasn't because I had a mansion. That's all BS. Those are all belief systems. It's all materialism and superficiality. That's why it's so important to have a partner who is willing to develop spiritually with you. And if they're not, what a very shallow and boring relationship it's going to be. Because we already live in a very material world. And the more every single day they are making this, our real world into more of an artificial world. So now, like I said, there's a split between people who are looking to do things face to face and people who are just looking to do things virtually or even hybrid. Now that I've had all this time away from the screen, from online life, I value face-to-face communication. I value looking at someone in the eye. I value the handshake. I gave a hug yesterday. My second hug the whole year. That's a tragedy to humanity. To only have 2 hugs and it's August. We should be hugging all the time, every day, praising each other, giving thanks for what we have. And for me, I'll give thanks to the Almighty. Love your neighbor as yourself. You attract great people into your life, and you invite great relationships into your life when you start changing yourself, when you start working on yourself. Because I've displayed all these characteristics: narcissism, laziness, too independent, entitled, and lacking spiritual development at times, because I allowed my ego to get the best of me or the worst of me. Your ego is not your amigo. So when you are in a relationship, things can be really great in the beginning. But then what happens after 3 weeks? What happens after 3 months? Things start to become mundane. Things start to become more normalized, right? Look, if you're not taking a shower with your partner at least once a week, there's a problem in the relationship. Seriously. Scrubbing your partner's back with some some ground up coffee beans, looking each other in the eye, seeing the wetness on each other's hair, drying each other off, massaging each other on the neck, in the shower, relaxing each other, getting around the ankles and the calves and the thighs, getting all that blood circulation going when it's hot and steamy, and finish it off cold if you like. You know, those are things that build passion in the relationship, that build chemistry in the relationship, that build memory in the relationship, feeling, connection. Why are you to be ashamed of your body in nude? Why are you ashamed of your nude body? Be grateful for your curves. Be grateful for your shapes. Be grateful for your nose, your eyes, your hair, your hands, your body. Anything that's working in your body, give thanks to it. And the more grateful that you are, your partner can feel that great energy. So a lot of times, it might not be your partner that's the problem. It's you. It's me. And we'll all have these different moments. And that's why it's so important to have alone time for yourself, to have space apart from each other if you are in a relationship, to realize the goodness that is in the relationship, and to remember those special moments in the beginning. And that's why it's important to have creative imagination, to have creative expression. Get off your phone, guys. Stop looking at other girls. Stop going on porn sites. It's not going to do anything good for you. It's just going to leave you feeling more anxious, more hopeless, have more emptiness inside of you, and also it's going to crust your heart up, darken your heart. You want to be like the light of love. And to all the women out there, stop comparing yourself. Be who you are, and the right man will come along. Believe in yourself. So, I hope this video is very helpful. I'm doing something very different in this video. I actually recorded 4 different videos before this one. Like, I've already put in 2 hours just to do this right here. So, if this helped you, if this brought some benefit to your day, support this channel in any way that you can. Contribute with a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below, ask me a question. I'm putting myself out there in good faith each day to cover the basic necessities. If you want to donate to this channel, I have links below. If you would like to set up a consultation, a coaching session, I'm here to help you. I love helping people. This is definitely my lifestyle. So thank you all so much for the support and your contribution today on this video. I appreciate it so much. Keep the Thanksgiving in your heart. Keep your mind positive. Be optimistic. And remember, don't allow the forces of this world, the evils of this world, to corrupt your mind and harden your heart and stiffen your neck. Stay flexible, ladies and gentlemen. Stay adaptable. And remember, choose love over fear. This world is a system of vampires, and they feed on your fear. But when you allow yourself to have love, respect, the honor, the gratitude, the joy, the peace of mind, you take your power back. And when you take your power back, great relationships come. Your current relationships will improve. And everything comes together at the right time. Remember, patience, patience, patience. I'm here for you. Call, text, email me. Let me know what's going on in your life. How are you feeling today? What's on your mind? I'm here for you. Let's get together. We can talk about it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you all so much.